Welcome, convincing conquerors and promising pilots, to Tales from Terra, a Terra Mahia podcast. Today is our first actual session one, and it's exciting because we're going to solve some murders. Introducing my lovely players. Hannah, introduce yourself.
Hello, I am Hannah. I play Max. Max is a Banara human tinkerer. She just likes machines and electricity.
And David, would you like to introduce yourself?
Certainly. My name is actually Shin. I'm just joking.
Right.
I'm not actually going to joke with you. My name is David, guys. Nice to be here. Always happy to be here on Murders of Monarchs. I play Shin. Shin is a human cyborg, not with a heart of gold, but with a heart of whatever is left after, lots of coffee grounds and long nights. So
mostly carbon fiber at this point.
Yeah, pretty much. It doesn't really beat so much as it just rots in his chest.
Just so everyone understands, some content warnings is going to get gross and gruesome and murdery. There's going to be some political intrigue, so get ready for some capitalist hellscape bullshit. Also, I swear, an inordinate amount. So there's that. And that should be the majority of the content warnings. I don't plan to drink on stream, so I'll be fine.
Mine's bubbly water. It's not anything.
Yeah, mine too.
Yeah, definitely. But yes, this is going to be our first go about it, and I think we should just jump right in. So, we're on the continent of Gehenna. It's another storm cloud-filled morning. The clouds are a deep, deep, dark black. There is soot mixed in, lightning sparks between the clouds. And as the camera pans down, we see them erupting from the spines of Vesh, the grand titan that stands in the center of the continent, sort of crawling and clawing her way out of the volcano that she is one with. And from her mouth, from her gaping maw, a river of lava continues to constantly flow. And as the camera follows this river, we come across a hellhound, a creature of sooted fur with a dark red heart that you can see through the ash. It and its fellow pack drink from this river of lava, jittery looking all about in case of any dangers. As the camera pans across the pack of hellhounds, we see one with a strange, unnatural face, a hyena-like smile. But before anything can be done about that, a demonic presence appears. Around the caverns, around the cliff sides, this eyeless, horned figure with a flaming crown and a maw within its own stomach. Flesh that is a white, sooty consistency, towering roughly 7 meters high, comes around and looms and stomps towards the hellhounds as the leader roars and the pack runs away. Before making his escape, the leader of this pack erupts into flame, the ashy fur falling off, revealing the obsidian bones and fiery flesh of this creature as it runs off into the distance, faster and faster, luring away this horrific monstrosity. And as we pan across this stream of fire that the hellhound leaves behind, it turns into the neon lights of the Machine Detective Agency. And as the camera pans down, we see a glimpse into Max's tinkerer's office. late into the night or maybe early morning at this point, really. She seems to continue to work. And it would continue to pan across the face of this lovely office to Shin's room. Passed out on his bed until Shin hears a all too familiar voice. Oh, Shin. Boy, something's coming.
It's far too early for your shite. You deal with it.
I don't think you understand. Something truly beyond our presence is coming.
All right, that's enough out of you. I'm going, and Shin's going to get up and grab whatever pipe he's got nearby his bedside. Put it in his mouth. Strike it, light up, and just kind of let that haze drown out the voice in his head.
Perfect. As you inhale whatever possibly hallucinogenic substance this might be, you hear you hear a loud bonk, bonk, bonk on the door, and then someone who you don't see because you're still in your room, but they're stomping.
Eyes still closed.
Eyes still closed, but you can hear their heavy footsteps pushing in through the doorway, and a set of smaller, more refined steps behind them.
These steps sound familiar. Either of these?
Steps sounding familiar?
Yeah, like if, for example, like if I'm used to kind of like Bison walking into my room or something.
No. This is much different.
In that case, I'm going to slowly reach down with my right hand towards with my left hand towards my left knee and slowly start to prepare to draw my jute.
They're just knocking on the office door?
No, they walked in.
Yeah, they knocked on the office door and then they walked in.
Okay. So I just stop working on my thing and I turn around and I come out of my workshop into like the lobby area.
And as you do, you see that Bison, the dutiful 10-year-old nephew of Shin, is already there at the desk, seated very regally and officially, sort of waving the potential customers on over. And Max can see right away that there are two individuals here. A stone-faced, towering figure of a man, possibly a human Oni, but it's difficult to tell. They're hooded. They're seemingly trying to conceal themselves from the public. And behind them, an even more obscured, smaller, daintier figure, woman of some kind, possibly, but very little else is given away.
I'll wipe some grease off my hands and pull my goggles up and say, "Hello, we're not actually open right now."
The large, jagged, stone-faced man takes a step back, and the dainty figure comes forward, pulling down her hood, revealing an individual that possibly you would know. How much do you pay attention to the TV, would you say?
I watch the news. I keep up on the current events, at least.
Then this isn't a thing you even have to roll for or think about. This is Sia Craven, the princess of your country.
Oh.
How do you spell Sia?
S-I-A.
Craven, C-R-A-V-E-N?
K, actually, because I was feeling special.
Because why not?
Spicy boy.
Spicy K. Okay,
that's a spicy K.
Sia.
That's the name of my Korean boy band in high school.
Spicy K?
How does one address a princess? I guess I see her and I'm like trying to figure out how to address.
You see her? I see
her. Your Majesty. Awkwardly curtsy which is very weird looking because I'm not a very feminine person. So it's just like a little.
Right.
How can I be of service?
Is this your whole agency?
Yeah, this is S&M.
Okay. Oh boy. So I have come to you with a matter of grave importance. This. Oh boy. And she unravels a note, a letter that was given to her, and hands it to you guys. It essentially just reads as a threat.
Point of fact, real quick. Shin is not in the room. He's still in his bed. He's relaxed his hand off the jute after hearing everything, but he is not coming out. He's listening. He's listening. But...
Yep.
Okay, give me a moment then.
Okay.
I'm gonna do a little roll. I'm not gonna tell you what I'm rolling for.
That's fine. That's fair.
Okay. There we go. The large stone-faced man, you can hear his footsteps approaching your door, Shin.
I will roll over to my side, sit up, and stay seated on the bed. And I'm not going to move towards the door, but as the door opens, if he does, I'm definitely going to light and take a toke and just kind of let the cherry and the smoke around me kind of be, and the glowing eye be what he sees when he looks in.
As he starts walking in that direction, though, I'm going to say, oh, you don't want to go in there. That's my partner's private space.
I can smell him. I know there's someone in there. Princess, this matter is too important. We cannot let anyone overhear.
He's Shin of Shin and Max. Here, I'll go get him for you. How about that?
Okay.
And I say to Princess Kreia, can I get you a glass of water? You seem real shook. Can I get you anything?
Yes, some water would be amazing. Please, thank you.
Okay. Bison, get this nice woman, lady, madame, majesty, a glass of water.
See ya,
Awkwardly
it's
walk
fine.
away. See ya. And I knock on the door and then slowly turn the knob and poke my head in and like slide my body in to try not to let all the smoke out and shut it behind me real quick. And I say, hey, you gotta get your shit together. Princess Kreia is here.
I've heard.
Of course you did.
Did she give you that note? Does Max
Did
have the
she
note?
hand it to me?
Yeah, she handed it to you.
Okay, so I handed it. Okay.
Can I see that?
Yes.
Take a look at the note.
All right. It reads, it is a simple threat. It says that you, your people, and the obscenities you've performed have gone unnoticed long enough. By the month's end, all the royals and all of your supporters will be dead.
Royals and supporters?
Yes. You, princess, will be my final kill.
This is a pretty serious threat. Okay.
Would Shin know what day of the month it is?
It is the first of the month.
Oh. Well, that's not a whole lot of time, but it could be worse.
Just get your act together and come on out, okay?
I don't know if we want to be getting in the middle of this, but he's still going to stand up.
This is
Stretch.
a very important client. I mean, I think we should take it.
Well, I'm sure the wee lad will be upset if I don't at least hear her out. So I don't want to be dealing with that. But if I don't want to be dealing with that shite for the rest of the month, I suppose it'd be worth listening to her first. He
Right,
kind of shuffles up.
Meet you
Yeah.
out there. Just put on a nice shirt or something.
I'm going
I
to switch
don't
to a new hoodie.
Because
Shin's
I'm
going to walk
wearing
over.
like overalls and a greasy t-shirt. I don't know. I don't know what I'm talking.
I think Shin's probably just in a t-shirt right now, like just a plain t-shirt. So he's gonna reach over and put on a hoodie, just whatever one happens to be on top of the pile on the floor.
Yeah, Max takes her t-shirt and turns it inside out, so the same.
Yes, exactly.
I'm going to also hand Max a dirty t-shirt, throw it over to you, and say, "You got grease all over your face. Deal with that."
Oh, right.
So as you guys finish your touching up and getting your pretty faces on, you exit into the office space proper, and you see Bison speaking with the princess, and you see in his eyes, with a roll of 0, you don't have to do nothing. You see dollar signs in this poor lad's eyes.
Oh boy.
Okay.
I'm going to walk forward, and as I look at him, I'm going to say, "So that's it then, we're taking the case, is it?" And I kind of give him like a knowing kind of like shrug. Like, I know my nephew.
He turns over to you, still like awash in the idea of how much money this woman just told him you guys would earn from this job. And he says to you, "But of course, this is a matter of national security. We have to support the princess and her family."
Bison's
Okay.
right. This is an important one.
Well, I it seems you've got my companions here convinced, Your Majesty, but I can't help but wonder why a small little nameless firm like ours, you've probably got access to all sorts of more prestigious establishments.
The big tough man, he kind of encroaches on you. He doesn't get in your face. He just kind of doesn't like the idea, seemingly, of you questioning.
Oh, I don't. Shin does not even budge.
Okay.
He comes right into the space. Shin's gonna square up with this dude. Give me that check, boy. Come on.
Gonna try and intimidate?
Yes.
All right, let's do this.
Got a 3 at intimidate.
Did you fix your stats from last time, David?
Yeah.
Okay.
Good.
No cheating here.
Intimidate is a
Oh God. Okay.
Influence.
Yes. I rolled pretty low, so I think you're gonna have a good chance. Luckily, this
20.
guy is a what?
20?
So you see in this man's eye a fear of God. He looks into your mechanical half of your face, and I think you notice a recognition. He knows this technology. He's seen it before. And he's immediately terrified.
Clocking this guy.
He lets out a small fart.
He shits himself.
Huh?
You said he was half Oni?
Yes, now that he's taken off his hood, you see that he's actually half Oni, half Anzu. And you know this because people who are half Oni, half Anzu, or some sort of mixture, they usually have the leathery skin of the Oni across their face and eyes in some manner. And for him, it's sort of like a single eye patch, except it's not a broken eye, it's just skin that looks different.
Okay. Well, as that's happening, I'm going to take the princess and guide her over to a comfy chair in our small little humble lobby. And I offer her a seat, get her a hot cup of tea or whatever, and sit down and say, "All right, tell us everything you know about this note. Where did you find it? When did you find it? What were the circumstances?"
That's the most. I got this earlier today. When I woke up, it was next to my bed. The castle is the most secure place in this entire country. My personal guards are incredibly efficient. Someone managed to get in and leave this there. Someone who could have, as I'm sure you read the note, done what they promised already. And yet they left me there.
Do you know if any of your family are missing?
Of my family, no. The everyone seems to be present and accounted for. Um, gosh, it's been so long since I've stayed at the castle, and I can't believe. Oh. And she starts to kind of like hyperventilate almost.
While she's hyperventilating, Shin, not really being the caring sort, is going to lean forward and say, knowing that she's kind of like, not knowing that she's panicked, not caring that she's panicked, he's going to say, have you considered the fact that perhaps it was even one of your own lads, someone who was already in the castle, who left that note?
She goes to speak up, but before she can, the large man, breaking out of his absolute fear, he grunts and stomps, and he declares, "We are fully loyal. No one in our staff would dare harm the princess."
Judge intent.
Go for it.
Oh, nice.
Gotta.
Meanwhile,
Gotta.
Shin's gonna say,
Oh, that's not good.
That's what I'd expect. That's what I'd expect a murderer to say.
You see a cautious rage in this man's eye.
I say, don't mind him. He's a little high right now. And I rolled an 8.
Ooh. Okay. So as far as you can tell, this is an honest belief.
Okay.
Whether this is a trustworthy belief, whether you think this man is competent enough to ensure that everyone there is truly on their side, you can't decide that. But he believes it.
Okay. I wanted to also when the princess is looking real panicky, I'm gonna brew a little recipe, a little tea recipe that my grandma taught me, and it's just a very calming medley of herbs. And I say, "Here, honey, drink this. It'll make you feel better." Honey, don't call her honey. She's a princess. And take that part back. Let's back up.
I like the good cop, bad cop thing we already got kind of going here.
We're making it happen. Princess, here, drink this. It'll help you calm down. And
Thank
then
you.
I take the note and I take a spectacle, my goggles, I take them back down and I kind of like magnetize and like turn a little thing, and then it like lights up blue or something cool. And I observe the note and see if I can discern anything from the handwriting in terms of like what kind of mental space the person was in when they wrote this.
Despite the clear anger in some of the wording of this letter, saying, you guys have done enough awful things, I'm going to kill you, or whatever. The lettering is very mechanical, and that's all you can truly tell unless you want to roll some intent, or you can, I don't know, call up a calligrapher friend and see if they have any information for you. You have a little black book of allies that might be able to help you.
Okay.
But it doesn't seem, just from looking at it, because I want to be clear real quick, since this is going to be a murder mystery, there's a lot of things that I'm not going to make you roll for,
Okay.
unless it extends beyond the clear.
Yeah.
Yes.
Makes
If you
sense.
can look at it and observe something, I will tell you what it is.
Okay.
And what you observe is the words are aggressive, but the handwriting is neat and almost mechanical.
Like mine. It was the cipher. I'm going to say, Shin's going to say, Your Majesty, I imagine your family's done a lot to piss off a good few number of people throughout their time. But is there anyone you can think of that you pissed off most recently?
There is such a long list of people that have been hurt by my family. My father's political agenda has led to a lot of people who need help being abandoned, and I have been trying to change the way that my family does things. I've been trying to take control and push our country into a better direction, but a lot of people have been hurt by us. In terms of someone who might have a personal vendetta against me. I can only think of maybe one man.
And his name?
His name is. I have a long list of character names. Howard Crow.
What can you tell us about Mr. Crow?
Yes, he's part of a faction that's trying to dismantle the royal family in the city. His son, many years ago, when I was just a girl, he was my tutor, and he tried to kill me. He tried to assassinate me. My maid, his girlfriend at the time, she defended me, and he lost his life in that fight. And his father has never accepted that his son tried to do these things, and has blamed me for his death ever since.
Maid was Howard's girlfriend, or
No,
his son's girlfriend?
His son's girlfriend. They met in our employ. A wonderful couple. They were like older siblings to me. I was truly taken in shock when Arthur tried to stab me.
And Your Majesty Craven, have you made any sort of attempt to bring in or apprehend Mr. Crow? You've got motive, you've got some evidence. I imagine some sort of investigation seems warranted.
The thing is, he has always been an upstanding member of society. He speaks out against us and me, but he's never turned to physical action. He's become a politician. He's trying to become the next lord so that he can represent us in the world government and get rid of the monarchy. I do believe that, you know, if anyone has motive, it is him, but I can't imagine that he has shifted this drastically.
Well, I'll tell you what, Princess. In my experience, these assholes, pardon my French, tend to be hiding in plain sight. So it's very possible that this could be a primary suspect as of right now, based on what we know. However, the question remains how he would have gotten into your room and left you this note, getting past all your security.
Everyone on my security force knows who he is. He wouldn't have been able to step foot inside my home. Unless
he had a sufficient disguise in order to get him through the door.
Maybe, but it would have to be truly impressive, mechanically impressive, magically impressive. We have a wide variety of security.
Yeah, are there cameras in this world? Like, would there be security cameras?
Oh yeah, this is full microchip tech era.
Okay.
And none of this was caught on any sort of security cameras or anything.
No, when Domingo here went over the footage with me, there was a 1 second piece of static as the note appeared on my nightstand, and nothing else.
We'd like a copy of that footage if you don't mind.
Of course.
So we're working with someone who knows how to manipulate security technology. That's helpful.
There's one more thing. And she pulls out her phone, and in it there's images of a pretty horrendous murder already. He sent me these, and he threatened that if anyone finds out about an investigation or that this is happening, he's going to release he's going to release some important secrets that I and my family need kept under wraps. I came to you because you have a good reputation, but are otherwise unknown. A larger agency, a more prophetic agency, would bring more attention than I can muster, than I can be allow. This has to be entirely unknown.
Bison, would you say that their proposed fee warrants our discretion?
He kind of jumps onto the chair till he can like get close enough to whisper to you, to both of you, and says, with the amount of money she promised us, if we solve this case, we could buy the entire strip of land that this building is on. We could buy every building in this neighborhood. So yes, whatever she wants.
We could buy so much scrap metal.
That too. And he starts speaking up. Princess, we understand completely. We understand that these are trying times. We understand that your family, they've been in power a long time. There's plenty of secrets that you guys want kept under wraps. And I understand that you are leading your family in a better direction. And if anyone were to find out whatever secrets your family may have done, all the good that you start doing might be looked over. So no one's gonna know a thing. And she looks at him with a okay, 10-year-old, why are you so...
When she kind of gives that incredulous look, Shin's going to speak up. You heard the lad.
Okay. I heard that you were a strange group. But I do believe that you guys are still capable, very capable, from what I've heard.
I'm going to stand up and I'm going to kind of turn to Max and Bison, turn back to her, and be like, you don't know the half of it. And I'm going to kind of look to you two for kind of like a nod. Are you... Well, all right then. I hold out a hand and say, I suppose we'll be taking your case then.
Thank you. I'll have Domingo here send you all the information that you need through maybe a direct line, so that there's no trace of anything. And if you need to reach me, and she pulls out this jankety ass like burner phone. This has only one number in it. It will reach a burner phone that he has, and we can communicate directly if you ever need to.
He's gonna pull out his own phone that looks like the same model and slip it back into his pocket.
Let's not get those confused.
Oh, perhaps I shouldn't be the one to carry this one.
I'll hold down to that and put it in my pocket of my overalls.
As I was mentioning, this is an incredibly sensitive situation. My family indeed has done many horrible things, and everything that I've done to try and make things better could be unraveled by any of those secrets coming to light. And one day I hope to reveal them myself, but for now, I need your help.
I considered, Your Majesty, that if you were to reveal them now, take away a lot of the weapons this man has against you.
The entire country might fall apart. You don't understand.
I understand that, but if you were to die and the secrets come out anyway, it still falls apart. But I don't think we're quite near that drastic of a measure yet. You think the old S&M can give you what you're looking for?
Now, it would help us in our efforts to find this guy if we knew what kind of secrets he had against you. I mean, that kind of leverage is going to affect how this plays out. So maybe we can get ahead of him if we know what we're dealing with here,
The secrets that he hinted at in his messages to me.
There are more than one message.
through the texts and whatnot, some of which she has blurred out. She doesn't share that all with you. He knows about the founding of this city and some of the lies that went into creating this at the very beginning. And I know it might seem ridiculous to care so much about these ancient secrets getting released, but there are people who would turn this ancient history into the only concern in this country, and we can't let that happen.
Sounds like it was pretty serious. Are there others who, aside from your family, that know of these secrets? Priests, librarians, those sort of folk.
Well, the historians and who were there at the founding, I'm sure, have at least some record, but the leaders of all of the founding families and founding groups, they seem to, we have an understanding of one another. We know what is important at the moment.
I'd be very careful if I were you about making assumptions about who you can trust.
I understand.
So, if, say, we were looking to find a member of these prestigious houses who may or may not have information relevant to this founding, where might we find such an individual?
Oh, I mean, the orders all are very prominent throughout the city. You must not be from around these parts. The house of the sanctified bone, they can be found within the colleges, along with the historians guild and the monster security network. They're at the silent tower at all times, keeping the city protected. You would have a difficult time getting in contact with any of their leaders at the moment, but there might be some prevalent information. If you give me time, I could try to maybe put together a meeting with a couple of them and at some point.
How much time would you need?
A couple of days.
Keep in mind, you've only got a month before, and besides, that's until you die. The rest of your family could come just before that, so.
Believe me, I know. I understand the stakes here. But these people, especially the head of the MSN, they're not regular people. They are.
I'm aware.
You are. Then you're aware how difficult it is to demand anything from them, even from us.
Well, I would simply say to you that these are one of those no stones left unturned kind of matters.
Of course.
So I think my associates and I, we can probably track down a few other leads, but might not be a bad idea for us to see your chambers, Your Majesty. His good eye gives a wink.
She visibly shudders a little.
Very much in vision of Domingo too. Not subtle.
He actually pipes up and says, "That will not be possible. We will need time to remove cameras, turn off surveillances. No one can know you're on this mission, not even the royal family. Only the princess was given this letter."
Any of you have you told no one else in your family, Princess, about this?
If I'm being honest,
I'd appreciate if you were honest.
I don't fully trust all of the members in my family. My mother, with her, ever since my brother was born, has had difficulty with me trying to be be more of a political figure in the family. And over the years, I've realized that my mother might not be the safest person for me to be around. I don't want to claim anything. I don't want to say that she's involved, but I can't be sure. I don't know if anything's real. What's a lie? What's pretend? All I know is someone has died. Someone is claiming to that they're going to kill me and my everyone.
And
We're not gonna let that happen, Princess. Don't
well,
you worry.
no promises.
No, we're not gonna let that happen, Princess.
Your Majesty, if you don't mind, I've got two more questions for you at least. Do you recognize what's left in those pictures? Do you recognize who that might be, or where that was taken?
No, the pictures they're not very detailed. I don't the location I know of. I know where this is, but I have no great information other than that.
Where is it?
It's the community daycare that I established.
Have you
It's,
been by there since you got the pictures?
Only for a moment. I never stepped out of the car. Police had arrived, and you had to pull every string that I could in order to stop the investigation before it got too far.
Was there any sort of officer or detective who you ended up bribing to keep things quiet? An officer in charge, so to speak, at that scene?
No. As the royal family, we are well acquainted with all the people in charge, as you know,
Mm-hmm.
and we merely stated that this is possibly a matter of national security, and that everyone present might be contaminating or endangering themselves and others. And we were able to put a hold to the investigation, but it's not going to last for long. If I can make a recommendation, go to this site of the murder tonight. Don't try not to let the officer see you. I can't get you permission to go investigate. You understand what I'm saying?
You want to keep things quiet, I understand.
Okay.
So the pictures of the murdered person are on the phone that she handed us?
Yes.
Okay, so I would like to investigate those. And like what kind of wounds are they? What's the deal here? What are we looking at?
Roll a tech use for
Okay,
me, because
good
as you
at
look through the phone and the pictures, they are difficult to see much. You see the outline of the murder victim. You see what they seems to be the close up of the murder wound, but you don't see any distinguishing like facial features or anything like that. It's sort of like David's camera right now.
Gotta get that fixed, man.
Immersion.
I rolled a 19.
Oh shit.
Hot damn. All right.
I have a little device that enhances the something or other.
Zoom and enhance cliche.
Zoom enhance. Beep, beep,
Zoom
boop,
and
boop.
enhance. So as you try to zoom and enhance and all this stuff, you discover that this phone is just too much garbage to actually do anything proper with. And as you're fidgeting and tinkering, you break it in a confusing way. You're not sure what you did, but in that moment, something in the photo itself, it seems like it turns almost photo negative, but it doesn't reveal just a negative image. It shows you that there is writing scarred onto the back of this person that wasn't there in the other image before the image turned into this negative version. You can't make out the writing, but you know that it's there.
Whoa. Does it look like it's burnt on or written with a pen or Sharpie?
It looks carved. You can't tell too much, but it looks like flesh is rent.
Okay. So I'm gonna try to fix the phone that I just broke.
I mean, it seems to mostly function, but everything is in photo negative. You can't read fucking shit on the screen.
Okay, I can fix that. I just started messing with it.
Your
Sure.
Majesty, there was something else I wanted to ask you. You
Mhm.
said your mother has difficulty with you since your brother was born. Might understand then that you somehow stand in the way of your brother's ascension or some such matter.
My mother has never been the easiest mother. For a while, I was okay. You may have seen on the news. I don't know, but
I have not.
this was quite some time ago. I was a miracle in my family. My mother.
Well, you're humble.
You don't understand. My mother, she can't really have children, and I was a miracle to them. I managed to be born, and she seemed for my entire youth disappointed that I was not a son to continue our family. And almost 19 years later, a second miracle happened, and my brother was born. But, and please understand, if my brother grows up to be a good man, I would happily share or give the throne to him. But with the things that my family has done and the policies that they've enacted, I can't trust that anyone will lead us in a better direction. And so I'm going to try.
I'd like to judge intent her as well, just this whole conversation, just to sort of, you never know, just make sure that she is genuinely shook by this.
Yeah, I need another D4. 1 second. All right, roll it up.
Rolling. Okay. I got a 16.
You got a 16.
Yeah.
That is so good. I'm so happy for you, but I have a 19.
Wait, I don't know what it means though. What? Wait, so okay, what?
She's
So
hiding something.
So here's what you get. Here's what you get. Because you rolled incredibly well, but she just happened to roll better.
Mhm.
You know that there are words that she's talking around. She's talking around certain subjects. She is, without a doubt, hiding something. That is clear to you. The intention, as far as you can tell, behind her words, behind her desire to take control, seem true. She does not think that her family is leading this country in the right direction.
Okay.
And she wants to fix that. Anything beyond those facts is unclear.
Okay. I
Cool.
put the phone down when she starts talking again, and pull my goggles up and just kind of looking at her while she's talking. I'm gonna say, Princess, is there anything else that you can tell us that will help us do our jobs? Anything at all you think is significant, no matter how small?
I was recently uncovering some mysteries about the circumstances of my birth. I wasn't able to find much, but I know that my mother is hiding something from me. I don't know what, but shortly thereafter, This seems to have happened. That's the only other relevant information that I have. I'm sorry.
There's one more bit of relevant information you might have available to you. What'd you all do with the body that you found?
What was that?
What'd you all do with the body from the picture? Where is it?
It's still there.
Still there.
No one has changed the crime scene.
How old is this crime scene again?
It was found this morning.
We gotta go over there right now.
Yes, the longer we wait, the more problematic things become for our job and for us. So, Princess, I'm going to stand up, grab her hand, kiss her hand cheekily.
Oh no, she holds her hand out properly.
Okay.
She's a lady.
Then I'm going to, do I want to piss off Domingo?
Does your as you're kissing her, your little
It's Domingo.
digital eye, the bodyguard,
yeah.
Oh. Okay.
your little digital eye, a little red speck moves from the forward all the way to the side, just looking straight at him.
Yeah. How's he looking?
He's looking irate. He's clearly trying to be a proper bodyguard.
Good for him.
Trying
Good
to be
for
stoic.
him. I'm going to kiss the back of her hand and I'm going to say, Princess, it seems that here is where we must part ways for now. You leave us to our job and we'll be in touch. I'm sure the lad will.
And speaking of, how are we to... I'm doing your accent, Shin. God damn it.
Gotcha.
Ooh, starting over. How are we to get in touch with you when we need you?
The phone that I gave you, I transferred all the information that was that I received into it, and I have myself, a burner as well, as a saved number. It is the only number connected to it. Call that number, and if no one picks up, don't leave any messages. We will call back within 15 minutes.
Okay. So this phone has your number and then the number of the person who sent you the photos, basically.
No. It
Okay.
just has my number.
Okay. Okay.
The
photos are...
I received those from an
Anonymous number.
unregistered number.
I see. Okay.
Well,
I guess we'll get to it then.
what's
Okay.
what's the fastest way to get around town, DM?
The fastest way to get around town would probably be the
Uber.
the up rails, the lifted rail system. If you
Are
don't
those
have
expensive?
a car, 1 gold per ticket.
Your Majesty, you might have noticed we don't really have anything out front to act as transport. Any perchance would you be able to supply some sort of...
Well, Bison, did you tell her? I mean, we've got a retainer fee. I mean, there's an upfront. Bison, I'll let Bison tell you about that. Yeah.
Of course. So we've discussed it, and she has mentioned that unfortunately at the moment, with the secrecy and everything that's going on, the kingdom and her father enacted certain laws that make it so that their bank accounts are directly connected to the treasury, and the only way for her to get money is to use her treasury card. But any transaction above 100 gold is strictly monitored and approved by her father at the moment. I don't know what voice I'm doing for Bison.
It's good. Keep going with it.
That's good, yeah.
But we have received an upfront 100 gold. We can use that for transportation, whatever we need. But also, and we don't have to discuss this in front of the princess here. She mentioned that we cannot currently go to the murder site. It is in the middle of the day, and we need to, as it is being guarded and secured, but no one will be present throughout the night. The investigations will not continue until tomorrow. And I think tonight might be the best time for us to investigate, and maybe today, to ensure that we have the proper funds, we close up a separate case. Just a quickie. Uh, Princess, please. We'll contact you soon with updates. And he tries to shoo her out.
We got you, princess.
So long, Your Majesty.
We got you.
Thank you so much. Bye. And then puts her hood up and zoop, you're unseeable. And they walk out. So Bison scurries about and he pulls out some whiteboards and some blackboards, and he pulls out a few he pulls out like a little step stool, and he pulls out some chairs, and he gets on the step stool. It's like pulls out a little retractable pointer. And it's like.
I think there's a moment. If you're okay with it, where Shin's like, while he's getting set up, Shin's realizing like, oh shit, he's about to go into like a whole thing, and starts trying to like slip out of the room, but Bison catches him and brings him back.
Oh yeah, 100%. Like you're leaving, and he immediately just like throws the eraser at the back of your head, which you just
from shock smoke.
Okay, what is it, lad? What have you got for us then?
Okay, guys. So as I'm sure you know, we have a few open cases right now, and this case, while it offers an incredible payout, she isn't able to give us money right away, and normally that isn't going to fly. But we have recorded evidence of the princess requesting our assistance and her approval of our fee. And since
you cheeky little bastard, you're prepared to blackmail the princess, aren't you?
I am merely prepared to.
I knew you were my nephew.
Yeah, I can see the resemblance now.
He blushes.
I've never been more proud.
Thank you. But no, I'm just going to make sure we get our payment. That being said, normally I wouldn't agree to any of this, but she is the princess, so we know that she's got the money. But first, we have to set ourselves up with some equipment, because what we have right now, and he points over to your lab, which is full of useful, great tools, but you have most of them dismantled at the moment because you guys use them up a lot.
Yeah.
You guys reuse the same old tools over and over again because you have money.
Yeah.
So he pulls up, he unravels a sheet in front of the blackboard, sort of like a map or whatever. It's like, we have 6 cases open right now. These 3 are minor. They're who, if my wife cheating on me is blah 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 blah. No one cares. Those are I'll take care of those. Clary and I, we can take care of those later if we need to. We'll figure it out.
I'm going to point between the 3, and when he points to like the wife cheating on me, I'm going to say yes, no, yes.
But then he points over to 3 other cases. But these 3, these might be very useful to us. And he points to one, and it's a picture of just a bland-looking lady in a almost too new hoodie, and then the screen fades to black and fades in, and it's just an all black room now. There is this woman, the photo of which we just saw, standing there sitting there in a chair with a light on her, and the 3 of you sort of around her, asking her about like what her job is, and she's explaining. So, and she's still hoodied up. Like, this woman is wearing comfortable clothes, a hoodie and sweatpants, but she looks incredibly. But she looks so uncomfortable in it. These clothes don't even look like they were ever worn. And as she speaks, she's like, so I have a job that requires a delicate touch and no information being spilled. A company known as Rand Corp is possibly in possession of some blueprints that a company that I might or might not be affiliated with may have or may not have developed. And we need a quiet operative to maybe enter their facility, possibly. I'm not saying that is what you need to do. I'm not saying anything is definitive, actually. But if you could go enter and recover those blueprints and bring them back to me, a hefty sum would be transferred into an account of your choosing.
You want us to steal the blueprints? Got it. Well, I mean, how much are we talking here?
Right. Roughly 10,000 gold.
Fortunately for you, we seem to have a premium on discreet sorts of missions. It's becoming something of a specialty.
Now, this sounds sounds pretty high level. Sounds pretty important. You understand? We're gonna need some equipment. We're gonna need some specialized, technology for this mission. It's probably gonna run more like 12,005, just to be honest.
Perfectly reasonable. We'll figure out those payments as time proceeds. And then she goes on into like more legal jargon, like trying to establish the rules and regulations of this mission, the fact that her name may or may not be her name, blah 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 blah. And the screen fades back out to Bison as he clicks the board to the next picture. And it is David, did you write down the name of the cop you pissed on in session 0?
I don't know if I got a name from the cop I pissed on in session 0. Give me 2 seconds. Let me find my other notebook. I'll be right back.
If you didn't, if I didn't give it to you, that's fine.
I don't think I got it because I was passed out when I pissed on him the second time.
Right. Let's go with the name Dion.
Dion, the cop.
Theon. I knew a guy named Theon in college.
I'm gonna call him the PO'd cop.
Peed on.
Peed on. So it's been a few years since your first encounter with Dion the cop, when you pissed on him while in a drunk.
Dion, more like peon.
It is 3 years and 6 pisses later. And Dion has not become a friend by any means, especially not to Shin, but has become a sort of regular within your circles as he's become more involved in the cavern, the cavern tavern.
The cavern, yeah.
And over the years, you found that this man, Dion, has become sort of like a dirty cop, but not dirty in the sense of taking bribes from people, but in the sense of
being peed on.
And that as well, but also in the sense of something needs to get done, and he's going to hire people to help him get it done. And if a drug den is there with some money on hand, he'll take the money and help him proceed with catching other people. But he doesn't take bribes or anything like that. He's just skirting the lines to get shit done in a place that doesn't let him get shit done.
Okay. I've got to margin a bit more respect for him then. I'm gonna cut that pissing on him down into twice more.
Only twice more.
Only twice more. The first time was an accident. The second time he just pissed me off.
No, the second time you were passed out, he just was very unlucky. The third time. Right.
That one was just for the shits and giggles.
That was from the second floor balcony, and oh boy. Anyway.
It was a bet.
So he clicks his little retractable pointer onto Dion's picture, and the camera fades in and out, and we see the black void of interrogation as Dion is expressing his mission. He's letting you know, these punks, they've been starting up a what they believe to be our little drug cartel. This dumbass high school science teacher thought he could do whatever the hell he wants. He has these kids pushing these drugs. He doesn't even know what the hell he's making. This stuff has been putting kids in the hospital, and I have almost everything I need to secure his arrest. But I need a sample of the drugs with an image of him crafting them. And I need you guys to get it. If I get this, it won't be proper. But despite what people believe, vigilante laws do actually allow for public apprehension of evidence and distribution of that evidence. So, you get what I need? I need you.
Fortunately for you, Dion, you've come to just the right sorts of person that can help you get some drugs.
I'm sure, but I don't just need the drugs. I need
I know, picture
of his lab.
Yes, yes, yes.
What do you think, Minnie? You think you can help out with that? I turned to my little cyber crow.
She just kind of opens her mouth and, like, it's a fake squawk. It's a squawk that's like pre-recorded.
It's like
squawk.
Squawk. Yeah.
Exactly.
It's just me saying squawk, recorded my own voice.
Squawk. And then she just plays it back.
Yeah.
How long ago did we get that mission?
These are all within roughly 2 weeks of now. 2 weeks earlier.
I'm gonna say I've been kind of, and during that time, then if it's okay, I would like to have been keeping my ear to the ground, specifically trying to learn about the quality of the drugs as well. Are they good quality? Do they have a good rep? That kind of stuff. Have I managed to get maybe a sample through like a dealer or something, just for
Yeah. Why don't
investigative purposes?
Yeah. It's for science.
Why don't you roll for me then an influence? See how influential you are in this drug community. You can do persuasion or maybe intimidation. You've intimidated some people throughout.
Oh, I'm definitely intimidating people into giving me drugs.
Seems like more your style.
Oh, that's a 10 on the roll on the dice.
Oh god.
Plus a 4, plus a 3, plus a 2, plus a 6. So
Holy shit.
25, sir.
That's a new record.
That's a new record for sure. Oh boy.
I am known in the drug community.
Not only are you known, you are feared.
Feared and appreciated.
Well, we love it.
So you know for a fact that this drug within the community is seen as incredibly potent. It will give you a massive high very quick, but it also crashes very quick. And if you're not careful, if you take even half a spoonful too much, it can send you to the ER instantaneously. And
people dying because of it?
There have been a couple of deaths.
ODs?
Yes.
Is it addictive?
Such a shame.
As far as
Probably
you
addictive.
have heard, it is moderately addictive. The biggest issue is that it seems to, from what because that was a damn good roll, all of this seems to be...
He's tried it. If he got his hands on it, he's done it.
All right. Yeah, no, it fucks you up in a way that, like, time distorts, time changes for you. So people, and especially kids, have been using it to study because time slows down around you when you take it. And you're able to think longer and faster and do things for a longer period of time.
So it's Adderall.
It's magic, beefed up Adderall that will send your heart pumping at 1,000,000 miles an hour and allow you to look right. And it'll fuck you up to perceive time. Like, that's how badly it fucks you up. It lets you perceive time for a moment.
I'm definitely keeping how do you take this? I'm gonna keep a hit of that on hand. Just
I'm gonna say that it comes in pixie sticks and you have to down it.
Okay,
like a pixie stick.
Nice. I've got in the same little thing that I keep my jute. It's gonna be a little pixie stick of that stuff.
All right.
What are we calling this? What are we calling this stuff? The pixie stick?
Pixie dust.
Yeah,
Pixie popper.
Pixie poppers, pixie sticks,
Pixie
all that.
Anything pixie.
Anything
pixie.
It's all in the pixie.
Pixie tips,
pixie,
whatever.
The pixie picker upper.
Pixie picker upper, perfect.
Okay.
PCP.
What are you, marketing director of this drug?
Yes,
Pixie picker.
Perfect. But you also found out in your investigations, it's been a couple of weeks. You've investigated most of these a little bit, and this one you've investigated the fact that it's coming from the school. Like, he's making it in the school's lab.
Hiding in plain sight. Tell you what.
Mm-hmm. But yeah, the rest of this little flashback is Dion claiming, I can't get you any money. That's not the way this really rolls. If I come into contact with some extra funding, I will always give a donation to your work.
I've got something of an arrangement we can consider.
Well, I was thinking, knowing who you are, maybe get out of jail free card.
It's an option. Or another option I was thinking is whatever we happen to confiscate throughout the investigation remains ours.
As long as I have enough to convict him, you can keep the rest.
How about... Now, hang on. I don't see where I benefit from this, so let me just throw something else into the mix.
I will literally get you out of jail. Whatever you do, I will try my best to get you out of jail.
No,
you people not
great.
understand how important that is?
That's great, but listen, I'm just also throwing out there that, like, if we need a little bit of inside information, maybe you're the cop we go to, and maybe we take on other cases for you in exchange for more of that. I don't know.
I think we've probably done some for him before at this point.
Yeah, I think you've done other cases for him.
Yeah.
But I think he has always been reluctant to give you inside information from the
Okay.
the precinct.
I mean, get out of jail free is great, but I mean, we don't go to jail very often, you know? Like, let's talk
I was in
about
jail for a
trade
little
of
bit
information.
after our zero session.
Yeah, you were in jail. I busted your ass out.
I think they never found out about the car bomb thing. Whew, that would have been in real trouble.
Wait, what?
Nope, I think it was not.
That was not in character.
worry
Different
about
voice.
That was a long time ago.
Fair. Fine. A favor to be owed at a later time then, and one get out of jail free card.
All right.
And we
Sounds
keep the pixie
fair.
sticks. I mean, we keep whatever we manage to find.
Yeah, whatever.
Whatever. And then it flashes back out. He points to the next picture, and wiggly wobbly, the camera shifts again, and we see another person in a black void, except they're not alone this time. This time we also see Clary and Janice standing with them.
Oh.
Aw, the ladies.
The ladies from the Clary's Cavern Tavern. You should really watch the Zero session if you haven't. There's a lot of lovely characters that I make up on the spot, and I'm going to keep them because I love them already.
They're great. You're going to love
You
them.
didn't watch the zero session. Get out of here. Go watch the zero session.
Stop right
Come
now.
back.
Go out, watch the Zero session, and then come back.
Right. But they're
While
there.
you're at it, like and subscribe.
So they're there with him, and he's a small human man.
Wait, who is?
The person in the chair.
Oh, sorry.
John,
I thought it was Clarice and Janice.
Yeah, they're there with him, but
Gotcha,
he's
gotcha.
the person giving you the job, asking for a job.
Okay.
He's a small human man. You don't see any of his markings from what you can see currently. He has this bright pink bubblegum hair, and in his face, in his features, he looks young, but he gives this energy and his presence of a person aged through trauma and hazards. And he speaks in a truly defeated, sad tone as he asks for your help. I'm not sure if you know me.
I don't know you.
Well, it's nice to meet you, Shin. And he extends out his hand. My name is Aboaku. You can call me Boa. I am the information broker for a great part of this city. I've actually provided you with many of your jobs here through the cavern. And he smiles very genuinely and politely to Clary and Janice.
Joking.
Yeah.
No, I'm joking.
Okay. And he mentions my partner, they betrayed me, and took, well, they took everything. My wealth, my home, my workers, and they threw me out. I've been with them for years, and I never thought that I didn't know what kind of person they were. And he's currently wearing these large black shades, and with him is a like a blind man's staff. And but behind the large frames, you can see that he's crying. He is tearing and weeping at the thought of this person they've been part of
I
it
hand
for
him
years.
a box of tissues.
I'm gonna say, and your point is?
I
I
have to even
actually
each other
do
out.
roll my
Yeah.
eyes.
I know. We're even each other
That
out.
was in character.
I understand. You're a man of business, and I've always respected that about you. Again, you've never met this person, but they know.
Never met him. Yeah. I'm
they
also.
know-
I'll be honest. Shin's a little uncomfortable with this guy.
I'm very interested. Once he said he was an information broker,
Right.
kind of perked up. I'm just letting him talk.
So, I understand that my relationship with this person is finished, and I don't particularly care for any of my belongings. I have my informants, I have my connections. I can start over. I can stay here with Clary for a little while. But
What race is
they
Claire?
have.
What race is Claire?
Clary was Anzu and human.
They don't look like they have any sort of relation, do they? Like
No.
blood relation. Okay.
No, they don't look connected at all.
Okay.
And he continues saying, all I want is my mother's ring back. I gave it to them, and it's the last reminder of my family. And I came here when I was young, after being removed from my home. My mother gave me her ring in case I needed any money to make it somewhere safer. And he takes off his glasses, and you see that he's not blind. He has vision, but he has these darkened eyes with a purplish golden glow to them. They are deep, they are unsettling, they don't seem to have a center to them. It's almost as if they are constantly moving. And he mentions where I came from. People with differences like me and my family, we were no longer welcome after an abrupt change in power. And the last bit of my family is that ring and myself, and I just need it back.
What does it look like?
He provides you a picture and everything. It's just it's a very delicate golden band. Like, it's not anything fancy.
Your partner got a name you were willing to share with us?
I should have made a name up beforehand.
On the spot.
Jillian.
Jillian. We're gonna get Jillian. We're gonna get him. We're gonna get that ring back for you.
You have a picture of your former partner or anything? Just if I say we were looking for them.
Yes. He provides you like a full portfolio of the
sweet.
case. And
Ever the professional, I appreciate it.
I'm always satisfied with working with you all. This is I think our 6th cooperation, if I'm being honest.
I
about
always
right.
prefer it if you're honest.
Yes, you have done a lot of jobs for me, and I've always appreciated your work. And we can move out of this scene if you would like, and I can fill you in a little bit as after this encounter, Clary kind of tells you guys that this man he provides a lot of the cases for the cavern and to you guys as well. Some of the cases are like he is an information broker. He knows what's happening. People come to him requesting information. He provides information. He provides links to people who can solve things. And
Shit, maybe we should go see him for Princess Sia's case.
maybe so. His offering, his payment, he doesn't have money anymore. His partner took it all, but he has a wide band of connections, and he offers you any favor. Mechanically, I'm going to let you know right now because the other ones are pretty clear mechanically what they mean. One's going to get you a jet out of free. One's going to get you, a buttload of money, and this one, you can ask from him literally any question, and he'll provide you an answer, assuming it's not who's the murderer. Anything short of that, anything short of a truly impossible knowledge to know, you will get it.
Okay.
It's
pretty valuable.
So as the scene kind of blinks out and stuff, unless there's anything else.
I tell Bison, oh, never mind. Nope, scratch it.
No, the scene blinks back out, and you're back in front of Bison.
Lean back in the chair, puts his heels up on the coffee table, loudly. So I'd say Dion first, then
Uncle, this I don't think you understand. We only have time for one of these. We have to get this done before nightfall so we can get started on the princess's case.
Dion first, then.
It's gotta be Jillian.
It's gotta be Dion.
No, I think it's gotta be Jillian. The answer to any question, that could be the piece that we need.
I've just got to sense that in such a high-profile case such as this, shit has the potential to go sideways. And we're not going to be able to solve the princess's case or any of these cases if we end up in the brink.
Well, then let's make sure we don't end up in the brink.
In my experience, shit happens.
Bison, what do you think?
I'm gonna roll to decide what he thinks because I don't want to influence the game too much as the DM. So just a moment. Okay. Knowing that we're working for the princess, I feel as though we could maybe call on her if we're ever in truly dire situations with the law, pull some strings. Maybe we won't be able to stay on the case, but we'll be okay. Money, we only need enough to get things started, and I can take care of these 3 little cases to get us a little bit of startup cash. I think Jillian. Listen, information is more valuable than gold, infinitely.
Works for me. If the two of you feel that that's where we've got to go first, then I'm on board.
I feel as though fate and a D6 agree with you. He
All right.
claps up his little thingy and says, "I'll take care of these 3. I'll do it right now." And he pulls out a little cootie catcher. And this has been
What?
thing.
Sorry, what is this?
A little cootie catcher, remember those little 4-sided things that you click?
Oh, yeah, fortune teller.
Yeah, a little fortune teller, cootie catcher.
Never heard
Yeah. I'll make one later. I'll show you.
It's a very elementary school little
The
thing
90s
where kids.
kid thing.
Yeah, they'll
slap it out of his hand. Grow up. Grow up, boy.
Let's start a fight. But no, he pulls this out and he takes a moment. Like, I'll go through these real quick. The sooner the better. So I'll just make a quick request. And you know that this is a thing he started doing in the last year. He's seems to have improved his standing with his Titan of choice, Agor, the Titan of the unknown knowledges. And he does a little cootie catcher and asks, who is blah 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 cheating on with a blah 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 blah.
Yeah, we don't need Jillian if we got the cootie catcher.
Well, we'll see. But
Yeah.
he opens up the cootie catcher and a black flame erupts and light all around you disappears. And all that you see is light around Bison as his eyes go in infinite blackness.
Slap this thing out of his hand now. No, go on.
Go if you want to go ahead, but
no, it's okay. I've seen him do something like this, or I know he's been doing.
Yeah. This is a thing he's done before,
Okay.
and he's only done that a few times, but each time it is very unpleasant. And you see in his left eye, the infinite blackness starts to fill in with stars and light. An entire cosmos of light beams out from his left eye, and in his right eye, a moderate and considerable collection of stars swirl. And from one expressionless half of his face and one reserved side, he speaks to himself. And he asks, what is the cost? And the bright eye blinks and words that sound like a screeching static come out. Do either of you, what are the languages that you guys know?
Oh, let's see.
I know.
Oh. Gak, Mikano, and Bumigari.
Okay.
Gak, Mikano, and Encanto.
Encanto, that's the human language of magic,
Script.
essentially.
Yeah.
So you actually can understand very little of this. Encanto is the oldest language on Earth currently, on Terra or whatever. In that it was the humans' attempt, the first attempt at language. Mm-hmm. Back then, the humans, they historically preferred to do magic verbally, and to do so, they created a language where they call out demands from the natural world, and those demands are met. And that's how they perform magic. That's how they understand magic. That's how one of the forms of communication they have with each other in the world. And it is meant to interpret the ideas of magic, and magic is how the gods speak, essentially. So you cannot understand everything. You cannot understand the majority of these things. You hear this staticky hum, this low static. But every once in a while you hear a couple words you understand. You hear simple, price, low, knowledge is easy. Do you want more? And from Bison, you see him again unmoving, and he agrees. From his voice you hear, I agree to these terms. And he starts his right eye with the few but acceptable number of lights starts to well up in tear, and one of the lights falls into his tear and falls down his cheek. And either one of you want to do an investigation or a perception?
Awareness?
Awareness or investigation. There we go. Wow.
I'll do investigate.
Perfect. I'll do awareness, as I've got a 3 on that.
Hit me.
What's your intuition score?
Mine?
No,
No,
his.
mine.
Is it both of us or just one of us?
Either one, both of you, yes.
Okay, I'm gonna do it.
That's a 15 for investigation.
Yeah,
All
mine's
right.
not as good. Go with his.
Okay.
Or sorry, awareness, not investigation.
Okay. You see in the tier, almost like a projection coming out, scenes from the TV show of Bison's life, essentially. And you see him sitting there at his desk, working on cases while watching whatever version of Jeopardy exists in this world, while also watching Beat the Beast trivia show, like just collecting an unnecessary and unhelpful amount of knowledge. And some of those just kind of, as the tear streams down, it evaporates and it ceases to exist. And then light returns, and he goes, "Oh, all right. Well, I'll go get some money for these cases real quick. If you guys can help out, Bo, we can get this. We can get things really started." Woo! And he like almost jumps up and clatters his feet together. Like he's so excited.
Did you just lose some memories?
Mhm.
Wow.
I mean, you can talk to him about it if you want, but this 10-year-old child has chosen to give
it's
his
good. I
thoughts
trust-
and memories.
Yeah, I trust him. He's an intelligent lad.
Timing is everything. Shin, I'm going to let this grow a little bit.
Cool. Yeah. Then this is
But Shin clocks it.
cool. In that case, this is going to be the end of episode 1. I wish we had gotten farther, so things are going to have to be reattuned, but that's fine. Thank you, everyone, for watching. If you're interested in more, just check out the Delta Crypto Productions YouTube channel. There's going to be other stuff going on. And what that is, I can't tell you because we're making it up as we go. So. But there's going to be plenty on there. And if you're interested, you can also follow me and essentially the channel at Cryptid Delta on Twitter. And if these folks have developed a social media account at any time in the making of this, I'll link it in the description. But thank you. We'll see. We'll see you guys next week, probably.
Peace.
Adios. Or goodbye.
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 Goodbye, all.
Hasta la vista, baby.